Welcome to AfroVeggieVerse, Nibble Nation. I'm Kimberly Knight, Chef Educator. This joyful segment is a collaboration between the Black Child Development Institute, Greater Los Angeles, and Nibble Nation, created to support the Enjoys Meals with Vegetables outcome from the National Black Child Development Institute's 8 Essential Outcomes. January is all about new beginnings, and that includes introducing new foods to toddlers. Did you know it can take a toddler 10 to 15 tries before they accept a new food? That's totally normal, but I don't think we're going to take 10 to 15 times to try a vegetable, because one of the things that you need to do is you need to make sure that there's a break in between trying this to see if there's an allergy or an aversion to that particular food. So learning to eat is just like learning to walk. It takes practice. Our job isn't to force it, but to offer, model, and keep it positive. Learning to eat is learning to grow. And today we're sharing one toddler-friendly way to explore a new veggie and one cozy family meal that grows with them. So today our first recipe is crispy calli or cauliflower bites for our toddlers. So this recipe is cauliflower. We have cauliflower here that is marinating in milk. You could use any type of milk. You could use a plant-based milk. You could use buttermilk. You could use evaporated milk, heavy cream. You just want something that's going to help moisten the cauliflower, and it's seasoned with salt, pepper, and paprika. So the first thing that we're going to do, here are plain cauliflower bites. And so these are ones that have been marinated. And what we're going to do, they're going to go into the oven and bake, but we're going to dredge them in flour. This flour is a combination of garbanzo or chickpea flour and whole wheat flour. One of the reasons that I like garbanzo flour is because it gives it a really nice crispy crunch. And so we're going to dredge them, and by dredge them, we're going to coat them in flour, and then we're going to put them on a sheet pan, and then they're going to bake until they're nice and golden brown. The paprika is going to help give it some color when they're browning. So we're going to dredge now. So you're going to take the cauliflower and you're going to put it into your bag, or you could use a bowl to actually coat the cauliflower in. And then you want to have the bite sizes small enough for their little mouths, right? So you just want to make sure that you don't have too big of a floret. You can buy a head of cauliflower, or you could buy a bag of florets. That's what the cauliflower pieces are called. And then once you break them down into smaller pieces, then they're ready to go. Also, you could take a head of cauliflower, and bake it whole too for the other people in your family. So you could buy a whole one and do half of one into the little bites, and then the other half, just bake it whole and make a sauce. So we are going to use a sauce for this just to entice them. And so we're doing a honey mustard yogurt dip that they're going to dip these bites in. So these are going to go into the oven, and they're going to bake until they're crispy. And the reason why I don't have a time for how long they're going to bake is because depends on the size, it's going to determine how long it's going to take them to bake. So what I'm also going to do is going to take some spray and just spray the tops of them, so that fat that's in this pan spray will, because this is fat and flour, so it's going to help crisp it up as well. And then it's going to go in the oven. So while our cauliflower is baking in the oven, we can get started on our spaghetti squash. That's our family meal, and spaghetti squash is in the squash family, and it is a vegetable that looks like a noodle. And so basically, you cut the squash in half, and then I'm going to prepare it by scooping out the seeds and seasoning it, and then it's going to bake in the oven. So this is a low carb, I guess you could say, opportunity to not have a starchy pasta noodle. It's really flavorful and it's fun. It's fun to eat. So, and we're going to stuff this with a chicken Alfredo sauce. So I know that we are focusing on eating more vegetables, and we are eating more vegetables, but we don't have to totally eliminate protein in terms of meat either. So this is one way that we can incorporate it. So I'm going to use chicken today, but you could use turkey, you could use beef, you could use seafood if you wanted to do a crab or shrimp Alfredo sauce in there. So what's going to happen is this is all the squash meat here, and as it cooks it's going to loosen and it's going to look like little noodles. So we'll take a fork and we'll pull it apart. So we're going to season this with a little salt and pepper, and then we're going to pop it in the oven. So we're baking it at 350 to 375 for, depends. We'd say 30 minutes, but it really, again, it depends on the size of the squash, because what's going to happen is once it is done, it's going to be soft. You can press down, and then we'll know that it's ready to be moved in. So now we go to the oven. So next up is the sauce for the spaghetti squash. So we're making a traditional Alfredo sauce. Now Alfredo sauce, is contrary to popular belief, does not come in a jar, and it has 3 simple ingredients: heavy cream, butter, and Parmesan cheese. That's it. That's the Alfredo sauce. And so basically what happens when you make an Alfredo sauce is you melt butter, and then you're going to add some heavy cream to it. And then you're going to let that simmer until it starts to thicken, and then you add Parmesan cheese. So what we're going to do, we're going to start our sauce with some butter, and I'll say, how much butter we're going to use? We're going to use 2 tablespoons of butter. So our butter, your butter comes with measurements here, so if you don't have to guess, just cut at the line. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to go on this end where it's not open and where my lines are kind of straight. Then you're going to add your butter to your pan. And as your butter is melting, then we're going to add heavy cream. So depending on how much sauce you need would determine how much cream and butter you're going to use. So if we're going to do the 1 squash, I'm just using an educated guess. So I'm going to pour, this is about half a cup of heavy cream. So then I have my chicken already cooked, and then I also have my Parmesan cheese already shredded. So once we start making the sauce, and you can also throw a sprig a clove of garlic in here as well to infuse the flavor, or you could use garlic powder to add flavor to it. Just you want to add a little garlic flavor to it. But once we finish with the squash, and then we have the sauce and we toss the squash in the sauce, then we'll put it back into the shell of the squash and put it in the oven and let it heat up together before service. So one of the things that you can do, and so that you can have both items cooking at the same time, to save time, you can come in and get everything started at the same time, and while your squash is cooking, make your sauce. And once your squash is done, then you can make your sauce, pull the cauliflower out, and then by the time you're ready to serve, your squash is ready. So you can get your toddler started, and then you can come back and get the rest of the family fed, because toddlers are impatient. So when we think about just in general starting to get our meals together, one of the things that you can do is to just have them going, and then you're free to continue. So I'm gonna turn my heat up a little more so I can get my simmer going. One of the things that you want to be careful with when you are cooking with heavy cream is that if the fire is too high, it's going to break it. And what happens when it breaks is the fat separates from the curds. And so you'll know because it'll look curdled. So that's not something that you want to do, but you do want it to reduce, meaning that you want the water to evaporate. And so when the water evaporates, then that's when the sauce thickens. So that's what's happening now. It's reducing. This is a non-stick pan, so you do want to make sure that you use a non-metal utensil. So as it's starting to thicken, say, do we need to season it? Yeah, we'll add salt and pepper to it. One of the things with the cauliflower in terms of flavors, you don't want to use a whole lot of seasoning, especially for toddlers, because even though they are new, they're really sensitive and they just really can't take a lot, especially spices. But you may have a child that does like spicy food. So I'm going to add some cheese now that it's starting to thicken. And then I'm going to add some of my chicken. So you want to have bite-sized pieces of chicken, but you do want to have a balance of ingredients so that it's not too heavy with one item or the other. Then I did save some cheese to add at the end to top it off before it goes back in the oven. I don't know if you can see now the consistency has thickened. And so if you were doing both squashes, then you probably would need to add more. You may do double the amount. So I'm looking here, I may need a little more chicken there, a little bit. We want chicken in every bite too. So this may look like it's not thick enough or it's too loose, but it's going to do its job because the squash is going to go in here too. So I'm going to turn this off. Then I'm going to go in here and get my squash. So one way that you check to see if your squash is done is if it's soft when you push it, okay? So what I'm going to do is turn it over. I have my fork. It's hot, so I want to be careful. My fork, have my towel, and then you're going to scrape it out. See how it comes out? This is your squash. Then you know that it's ready. See, all the way here, all the way in. Then I'm going to put this in my Alfredo sauce and mix it together. You could use Alfredo, you could use a marinara sauce, or you could just do vegetables. You could add spinach to this sauce. So now we're going to go back in the sauce. She don't want to come out. She's hot. So I'm going to bring stringy, sit her here. Then we're going to turn this back on. Heat her up. And then put her back in the shell. Top her with Parmesan. And Parmesan cheese doesn't melt like mozzarella, so it kind of gives it more color and some texture. It's still hot. We're going to go back and pour it in here. Gonna top it off with a little more cheese and some paprika. And then she's gonna go back in the oven until bubbly. How does your oven work? Some ovens work hotter than others, so it's still hot, so it's not gonna take as long. So we'll go back in the oven with her. So now we're gonna take out our cauliflower and plate with our dipping sauce. So we have our little nuggets, nice and golden brown. So you can take some tongs or a spoon. We're gonna plate them around our sauce. Now these are hot, so we don't want to serve them right now, right? We're gonna wait, let them cool off. But they'll be good to go once they're cool. So don't let them see them yet. You have a fight on your hands. So here are Cali bites with plain Greek yogurt, honey, and mustard. Just yellow mustard. Just squirted some in there to make this amount, but sweet and tangy. So now we're going to finish our squash. So there's some bubbling. So that's an indication that it is heated through and through. We're gonna get our plates, need our tongs to remove it because it is hot, okay? It's like moving a couch. Okay, so this is our chicken Alfredo spaghetti squash bowl. New beginnings don't have to be perfect. One small bite at a time is more than enough. So see you next month, Nibble Nation, for our next segment, From the Ground Up.